The San Jose Sharks get their first win against Nashville since 2019.
You're Locked On Sharks, your daily podcast on the San Jose Sharks, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello, my name is JD Young, and on today's episode of Locked On Sharks, we're going to dig into the numbers behind the Sharks' 3-2 win, talk about how awesome Luca Cagnoni was today because he was pretty awesome. Macklin Celebrini closing in on Joe Thornton's scoring record. But we got to start with the streak being snapped as San Jose finally gets the thing done. They beat the Nashville Predators 3-2. This was a excellent performance by San Jose. One of their best games in a long time. Just the way that they played, the hustle. You saw the defense jumping up into plays, and they were more than deserving of their win tonight. And I think it was a crucial get that monkey off your back type of win for San Jose, because you can't let a team continue to bully you and expect to eventually be a playoff team or be a cup contender, right? You have to be able to play with any team and beat any team. And there's been like some of these teams, Nashville, Vegas, like whenever the Sharks play them, there's just this mental block. And the way that both these games have gone, the two other games that have gone, right? We get boat race in the first period, in the first game with Nashville, and right, arguably the biggest game of the year. You play them again, you start to get boat race, you come back, and then you blow that game as well. And I thought it was important for San Jose to, again, just get over that mental block of Nashville, right? And yes, does it maybe hurt their potential draft pick? Maybe. The Sharks got kind of like everything kind of worked out for them tonight when it came to the tank. So like Florida won, St. Louis won, Winnipeg right now it's 0-0. So like all the teams you're still jostling with, you're still within striking distance of them, right? And if the Sharks lose their last two games here, they could potentially move up, and you're still in a position to have a top 10 pick, or at least heading into the draft lottery here. So like, again, the Sharks are continuing to have their cake and eat it too. Like they're still going to be in a position to draft a quality player if they're in the top 10. And right, St. Louis has been playing really well. And the teams that they're playing are not very good down the stretch here, or they're resting, right? Pittsburgh's resting everybody. Utah's got nothing to play for at this point. Like everybody is like the teams that they're playing, like they should win those games. And maybe the Sharks beat Chicago. Maybe they don't. I know Chicago's looking terrible tonight against a very good Sabres team. Maybe they beat Winnipeg. Maybe they don't. Like, Winnipeg's been playing well as well. So the Sharks are still they're still going to be in this kind of 8, 9, 10 spot, heading into the draft lottery, and you never know what happens there. So yes, there's some, missed opportunity there, but I still think especially for who was part of the win tonight, like you think about the points tonight, the production, where did it come from? Macklin Celebrini, 2 goals. Igor Chernyshov, a goal. William Eklund, an assist. Chernyshov, an assist. Will Smith, an assist. Like the only player above 23 who had a point tonight was Alex Wenberg. Like Colin Graff, an assist. Like it was all the young players leading the way. So that's what you want. If you're going to win these games and these meaningless games here, and yes, I know very much they needed to win to keep their season alive. As I'm recording this, it's the end of the second period, and the Kings are up 2-0 against a Kraken team that is they're done. Like this Kraken team is toast at this point. So like by the time I finish recording this, like the playoffs are going to, like the Sharks will be officially eliminated unless barring some miracle comeback. But these young players need to be the ones leading the way, and they did it tonight. And Celebrini continues to just be absolutely electric tonight. And I thought Celebrini was awesome. Yes, had the 2 goals. 2 goals are great. Love to see that from Celebrini. That ties him now with Owen, Nolan, and Patrick Marleau for the second most goals in team history. Just think about that for this Sharks team. How good this team, how many amazing players that they've had. Macklin Celebrini, 44 goals, tied Owen, Nolan, and Patrick Marleau for second most by a Shark in a single season. He trails only than Jonathan Cheechoo's 56-goal effort. I don't know if anybody was ever going to break Cheechoo's 56, but if there's going to be anybody who does it, it's going to be Macklin Celebrini. And when the power play absolutely goes off one year and he gets 60 goals or something like that. But again, his second season, 44 goals, like legitimately 45. Like he needs one more goal in the next 2 games to hit 45, right? He's now 112 points. 112 for Macklin Celebrini now after tonight's performance. Joe Thornton's record, remember, 114. He needs 2 points in the final games to tie, 3 points to break Joe Thornton, the greatest Shark of them all, record for points in a season. And again, so this is year 2, guys, of Celebrini. Like, this is him still figuring out his game, Macklin Celebrini. And he was all over the ice tonight. One of my favorite Celebrini plays. Like, the scoring was great. Beautiful goal. I thought Chernyshov should have shot. Chernyshov knew better. He saw Celebrini, got it over to Celebrini, who crushed it, right? And even on the other goal by Celebrini, the empty netter, right? I thought Graf was going to shoot that. Nope, he gave it up to Celebrini there, who almost flubbed it, but they don't ask how, they just ask how many. But my favorite play tonight was second period. Preds are starting to get some pressure on Celebrini, and there's a puck that goes in the net. O'Reilly gets it, and Celebrini is on him like pick your whatever metaphor you want to use. Celebrini was on him like ridiculous. Just the dog mentality of like, I'm gonna get this puck from Ryan O'Reilly, who's like a Selke winner, a Conn Smythe winner, an absolute like two-way, one of the best two-way forwards of his generation. He bullied Ryan O'Reilly off that puck. Absolutely bullied. His stick, just come in with the stick, hits him up top, goes down below between his legs, knocks his stick out of the way, then brings the stick back around and kind of goes at him again, whilst then starts to push him down. And O'Reilly just no chance. And then Celebrini gets the puck, hands it off to Will Smith, and off they go. It was Smith or Chernyshov. It doesn't matter. Off they go. Like, that type of stuff from a 19-year-old is not normal. Ryan O'Reilly's two-way game is, again, just his ability to protect the puck and all this, like, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. Celebrini was determined to get that puck, and he did it. What a great performance from Macklin tonight. And again, when the team needs him the most, he just doesn't matter. We're going to figure out a way to do this. So want to talk about, though, Luca Cagnoni, who was absolutely outstanding tonight. We're going to talk about Nedeljkovic as well, and then we'll dig into the numbers behind this game. So we'll get to that in just 1 second. You've got a sweet tooth like I do. You know how tough it can be to find that perfect treat without all the sugar. That's why Cotton Candy 5-hour energy shots brings the nostalgia flavor back in a whole new way. This is that classic cotton candy taste you remember, but with a tasty caffeine boost and zero sugar. It's a quick, easy way to satisfy that sweet craving while keeping things simple and on the go. I'm a big cotton candy fan. My youngest loves cotton candy, but I can't eat sweets all day. This is a perfect alternative. The flavor really does bring back that throwback fruity vanilla vibe with surprisingly smooth. It's convenient too. Small portable shot that you can grab and go, throw it in your bag if you need to for a quick little pick-me-up. Great thing. Yeah, bring out the sweetness with cotton candy 5-hour energy shots. Available online now at 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. Workplace chaos, deadline stacking up, inbox overflowing, and the one position you have to fill still sitting open. When the pressure's on, you need to hire. There's a job for Indeed sponsored jobs. Indeed's sponsored jobs help you reach the people who actually fit what you're looking for. Skills, experience, location. It's not just hoping the right candidate stumbles across your post. Here's a great stat that says it all. In the minute I'll be talking to you about Indeed, companies like yours will make 27 hires using Indeed, according to Indeed data worldwide. So if you're hiring, spend less time searching and more time interviewing candidates who check all your boxes with Indeed sponsored jobs. You get less stress, less time, more results. When you need the right person to cut through the chaos, this is a job for Indeed sponsored jobs. And listeners of the show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to help get you your job, the premium status it deserves at Indeed.com/podcast. Let's go to Indeed.com/podcast right now. Support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire is a job for Indeed sponsored jobs. All right, do of course want to thank you for making Locked On Sharks your first listen. If you haven't yet, perfect time to check out the Everydayer Club. You get ad-free audio episodes of Locked On Sharks, as well as access to our group chat with me and a lovely bunch of listeners on Discord. On the Discord, literally like a minute before Chernyshov scored, I was like, Chernyshov should replace Toffoli on the power play. Then like 2 seconds later, he scores. So tap the link in the show notes or head over to lockedonsharks.supercast to learn more. Luca Cagnoni, great night for him tonight, right? And you saw just the coolness, calm Luca Cagnoni under pressure. And I thought the studio did a really good job, like the broadcast did a really good job of highlighting it tonight, right? Where Luca Cagnoni, there's a play behind the net. And instead of, as we see every Sharks defenseman, the puck's there, they got pressure bearing down on them. Instead of just rimming it out or just the hope play or just trying to get it out there, no, what does Cagnoni do? He invites the pressure, waits for it to come, and then he gets it out, and he gets it, and not even to his defensive partner. He gets it up to the forward so that way they can start the transition, right? And Cagnoni, just his ability to play despite the size, right? And it's almost like he uses his size for his advantage. Like how many, even on that specific play where he's able to get under the bigger, taller defenseman or the forward who's crashing down on him and use his size to help leverage, right? He's almost under him and has him up above and uses his size to get to his advantage there. Again, I've said this a bajillion times about Cagnoni. It's not like he hasn't, he just woke up today and he was 6 inches shorter. No, he's been shorter than everybody else his entire life. He knows how to play hockey despite his size, right? And you see just how smooth of a skater he is. And I thought his defensive game was great tonight. He made so many just subtle little plays that created offense or that shut down plays. There was one where he blocks the shot, right? And it's kind of up near the point. He's up near the point and he blocks a shot. He knows he has Wenberg behind him who's helping to support. Goes out there. The shot gets blocked. It goes right to Wenberg, which leads to a breakout. And Cagnoni crashing the net and almost gets a goal there. There was another one where the Predators forward does a great, like he's got coming in, and it's, you know, Cagnoni's kind of having to play, like he's not able to kind of play right on him because of it's almost like a little mini 2-on-1 type of scenario. So he's trying to play both, but he gets his stick over and he gets it just enough on the Predators forward stick to influence the shot, right? And you just don't see those type of plays from some of the other Sharks defensemen. So I think finish up the season here, go back to the AHL and go try to win a Calder Cup. But it's going to be, if Cagnoni continues to play this way, I know it's one game here, but it's going to be really hard to imagine him playing AHL games next year. Like he looks like whatever, all the work that he has done in the AHL, you saw that coming through tonight and just looked cool, calm, and collected under pressure. And, you know, I wanted to see how his usage was tonight. That was like a big, you know, okay, like how are they using him tonight? So he played 15 minutes, 14:53, which is okay. He had 17 shifts during that time. And, you know, they didn't put him in a bad position. I think the Sharks did a good job of kind of trying to, I don't want to say shelter him, but they sheltered him a little bit, which is okay, right? Guy playing in his 7th NHL game. But what I do like to see is who he played with. So, of course, at 5-on-5, he played the most, of course, with Darnay's, who was his partner. But among the forwards that he played with, so he played with Colin Graff, 454, Celebrini, 416, Toffoli, 355, Smith, Sherwood. So he's playing with like all of the top forwards. They didn't just throw him out there in bad situations to try to they didn't just put him out there in bad situations. So him and Darnay's, they had 8 offensive zone faceoffs, 4 neutral zone, and 4 defensive zone faceoffs. So I think that's the deployment that you want to see from him, is getting those opportunities, getting to play with skilled players. And I thought Cagnoni made the most of it. He had some great opportunities, almost scored his first NHL goal. And I thought he looked really solid in his own zone. So I think like A+, like the only thing he could have been better is if he scored, right? He hit a post. I forgot he also hit a post too. So he hit a post and he had a great chance on right, like on a tight shot. Actually almost like ran out of room there. So you 100% take that from Cagnoni in his first game back in the NHL. So yeah, don't send him back. Go play in the AHL and have an awesome playoffs, and then we'll see you. We'll pencil you in for the fall to start up with the Sharks. So as for Nedeljkovic tonight, and poor Nedeljkovic, like Sharks still can't get a shutout. So close. I thought they were going to do it tonight. So close, but Nedeljkovic was awesome tonight. 25 saves on 27 shots, all situations. 2 goals allowed. And the first goal, like Evangelista said, that's a great shot. I kind of felt like Dickinson was a little flat-footed there at the blue line, right? And I know Ferraro was kind of further back there, but especially when you're trying to protect a lead, I feel like I'd want Dickinson a little bit further back and maybe kind of moving a little bit there. But Evangelista, that's also a hell of a shot there. And the second goal was just a scrum that just kind of bad bounce on him. But 2 goals allowed, expected goals against 3.24, 926 save percentage, 9 of 11 high danger, 7 of 7 mid danger, and 9 of 9 low danger. So great performance from Nedeljkovic, and I assume it'll be Askarov on Wednesday, and then Nedeljkovic to end the season against the Jets on Thursday would be my guess for them. So right, and that games like this are why you want Askarov to eventually take the number 1 role, but Nedeljkovic has proven like when he's out there, the Sharks are going to have chances to win. And the hope is next season, Nedeljkovic stays at the same level, and then Askarov kind of makes that jump in his second full season in the NHL. And then you have a really good goalie tandem next year of Nedeljkovic, I think is, league average, I think is a fair kind of, where he's at. And then if Askarov could kind of ascend into, above to kind of good, like then the Sharks goaltending is going to be feeling really good for the next couple seasons here. So, but yeah, I was questioned why Nedeljkovic was starting today, but proved me wrong, idiot over here. So Nedeljkovic was absolutely great tonight. And I think maybe just having that cool, calm, collected Nedeljkovic, maybe the Sharks, that's what Warsofsky was looking for tonight, instead of Askarov, who can be a little bit more scrambly there, I think fair to say. So we're going to dig into the numbers behind this game, talk about how close this was. And this was a super competitive game, and the Sharks just were able to squeeze one out. So we'll break that down in just 1 second. If you ever opened your bank account and thought, where did all my money go? You're not alone. Keeping track of subscriptions, spending, and bills can get overwhelming fast. That's where Rocket Money comes in, helping you take control of your finances all in one place. Great thing about Rocket Money is it tracks all your subscriptions and one spot. It can help you cancel the ones you don't need with just a few taps. It automatically categorizes your spending, so you can actually see where your money is going. Mine goes to soccer dues and snacks, and that's basically it. So that's what happens when you have two boys. So you can set budgets, get alerts, and stay on top of upcoming bills. It makes everything feel more organized and gives you a clearer picture of your finances day to day. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Let Rocket Money help you reach your financial goals faster. Join at rocketmoney.com/lockedon. That's rocketmoney.com/lockedon. All right, let's dig into the numbers behind this game. And surprisingly, the Sharks power play barely. Chernyshov hanging in there with 1 second left on the power play. Sharks go 1 for 1 and hold the Preds and their only power play 0 for 1 there. 23-27 shots on goal. Of course, it was pretty even through the first two periods, but the third period where Nashville was down, of course, they really poured it on to try to Seattle got one. They really try to pour it on to try to tie things up here. But, I like quickly the Sharks second goal got a little lucky there. Where it looked like Nedeljkovic played the puck before it crossed the red line, which would have negated an icing. And I thought they were going to take it to the middle and do a middle, if the refs make a mistake and they realize oops, we made a mistake, right? They just do a center ice face off, but they kept it as an icing. And yes, Nashville did get it out. And, you can say you guys got it out of the zone there, but Sharks, I think, got a little lucky on just that whole play there. And then the Mario Ferraro penalty that came 2 minutes afterwards, you knew that was 100% a makeup call there. And I thought the Sharks were going to give up a goal, but penalty kill found a way to get it done. So as for 5-on-5 in this game, so we had 54 minutes of 5-on-5 action, one power play each. And then of course the Preds pulling the goalie, trying to get things tied up at the end. So shot attempts at 5-on-5, 51-48, 51.5 to 48.5% Corsi for in favor of the Preds. Actual shots at 5-on-5, 22-21. Scoring chances, 24-23 in favor of the Sharks. High danger chances, 12-11 in favor of the Predators. 2.43 to 2.73 expected goals in favor of the Predators. Just an absolute nail biter of a game. This Sharks played a very good first period, and basically after they scored that goal, Nashville really started to kind of come back. San Jose started the third period really came through. Like they kind of answered back, and then from there it was basically hang on, kitty for San Jose there. So, but just an absolute like nail bite, like very close performance. And again, the way that these two teams have played, where it's been all Nashville, credit to the Sharks for, I think, playing one of their best games. So for the lines, Eklund, Winberg, Sherwood played 14-12 tonight, led the way at 5-on-5, 11-10 shot attempts, 5-6 actual shots, gave up a goal, 0.42 to 0.38 expected goals for, 5-4 scoring chances, 3-3 high danger chances for this line. I really like this line tonight. I thought they were really good. I thought Eklund played a very good game tonight. I mean, he had the assist, of course, on the Chernyshov goal, but just that's kind of the same puck mentality, right? Go get puck and keep puck. You saw it time and time again where on the forecheck, him and Sherwood going in there, or him like going in there, stealing the puck and making things happen. Same thing in the defensive zone, right? Just go get the puck and make things happen. I thought Eklund was outstanding tonight for San Jose, and it was a huge reason why they won this game. Underrated performance from Eklund tonight. Again, got the assist on the Chernyshov goal, but was all over the ice making positive plays happen. Chernyshov, Celebrini, Smith played 13-13, 10-13 shot attempts, 7-8 actual shots, had the goal, 0.41 to 1.16 expected goals for, 5-10 scoring chances, 1-7 high danger chances. So this line, they live to tell the tale tonight, and you're going to expect that, especially with Smith and Chernyshov, who are not quite there defensively. I do think Smith played a really good game. Like his play was the one that set up the Celebrini goal, the first Celebrini goal tonight. And you're going to have to live with, as this line continues to kind of grow and mature, you're going to give up some opportunities. And but they made the most of their opportunities tonight. So, Osapchuk, Gaudette, Goodrow played 9:45, 9-12 shot attempts, 2-1 actual shots, 0.18 to 0.05 expected goals for, 1-0 high danger chances from this line. They were fine. So, and then Toffoli, Misa, Graf played 9-10, 7-11 shot attempts, 3-5 actual shots, 0.3 to 0.25 expected goals for, 5-5 scoring chances, 2-2 high danger chances. I really like them. I liked Michael Misa tonight. I continue to think he's been playing really well. I think Toffoli needs to get moved off this line, but I don't know where else to put Tyler Toffoli at this point. But you need somebody else on this line other than Toffoli for Misa, and unfortunately. But I do think Misa was playing really well. He's physical tonight. And continuing to kind of drive to the net, making stuff happen there. Had a couple good opportunities as well. But I want to see someone else on that line. I do like Graf on that line. I think Graf's a great playmaker and can also finish. But I would like to see some. That's a project for the offseason is finding. It's probably Musty is probably the answer. But anyway, or Chernyshov and you put Musty on the top line. But anyway, that's a conversation for another day. As for the defensive pairs today, again, I thought the defense played really well today as well. Dickinson had that one oomph that you'd like. Again, I just feel like he was a little flat-footed. Maybe he probably read it differently than I did, and again, what do I know? But I do think like the defensive pairs played really well tonight. I thought Luca Cagnoni played well. I thought Orlov, like you saw the defense jumping into the rush. It was like an concerted effort to jump into the rush and try to make things happen. Ferraro Dickinson, 50% Corsi for, led the way at 16 shots for, 16 against. Luca Cagnoni Orlov, 48.39%, 15-16 shots, and Cagnoni Darnay's 47.62, 10-11 shots. So you'll take that. Like you will 100% take that in a game where that was this tight. So Sharks, again, the playoff hopes are very much hanging on a thread here. There's 15 minutes left right now, but I'm not holding my breath, right? I mean, you have to so much has to go right for San Jose to make the playoffs. But the fact that we made it to game 80 and the Sharks still haven't been eliminated, you never would have got that. Like, I would have never guessed going that and going to the season. So, and I think for San Jose, right, you're still in a top 10 playoff spot, which again, or a draft position, which is where you want to be. You're still playing meaningful games. You're having your cake and you're eating it too. And I don't think there's much more you can ask for the Sharks right now. So that's going to be it for me today. We'll be back tomorrow. So make sure you're following along wherever you get podcasts. And of course, you can watch on YouTube as well. Follow the show on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and on TikTok at Locked On Sharks. And follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky at My Fry Hole. Until then, bye, friends.